Double dose.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Double Dose.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You told me something very exciting in the car today.
That my renovations are done this week. I'm so
Finally.
excited. Yeah, it's been, I'm trying to think now. I think it's been like a month since they started.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'll be 5 weeks once they're done. But everything's looking so good. Like my bathroom is pretty much all done.
It looks so nice from your little sneak
I
peek.
know. I'm so happy with it. I was crazy because I designed everything. Like I went online and I found all the bits and pieces and I did like a little mock up so I could see what it looked like. And it looks exactly how I pictured it in my head.
So good.
So I'm like really happy with it. But I'm still waiting for the laundry and the second bathroom to be done.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have a huge pile of washing because I've just been away and I'm like dying for a washing
I
machine.
hate that.
I know.
Is there anything else that you want to change once this is done?
To my house?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like this isn't my forever home. So I just wanted to fix it up enough because it was quite dated and like just looked a bit odd, the bathrooms and the laundry. So I think probably once that's done, I'll be done with this house.
Yeah.
Like I'll stay living in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think in the future it'll just be like an investment property for me that I'll rent out.
Yeah.
So just enough. I wanted to do it up just enough so that it's livable.
And something like that with what you've done with the bathrooms, if you do rent it out, those things like just add on extra money in rent so quickly.
100%. And there's a lot, like in my area, there's not many modern looking houses. Like a lot of them are quite dated. So it would catch, I think, renters' eyes a bit more. But yeah, I was quite shocked at the price of how much like the renovations costed. Because
Do you want to say?
Yeah, I was expecting it to be like 40,000 max for the 2 bathrooms and the laundry, including like all the bits and pieces and the labor.
Yeah.
It ended up being about 70,000.
Oh my God.
But I did choose good quality, nice
Stuff.
materials. So that could be why it ended up being more expensive than expected. The labor was fair. But yeah, it was quite pricey. But I have heard it. Renovations are expensive. Like it's actually a lot cheaper if you've got a house. It's a lot cheaper to just knock it down and rebuild a new house than it is to renovate that house. But I couldn't do that because duplex.
Yeah. My mum and her partner, they both just sold their houses separately, went in together and bought one, which was worth about the same as each was anyway.
Yeah.
And she's like, any money that we would have profited is what our renovations is going to cost.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole nother house they're putting into this house.
Literally,
Because
it's so
I think
much
it was built
harder.
in like the 90s. It's very old and there's so much she wants to do.
Yeah.
And she's just like, we're not even looking at it as profit because it's all going to be gone.
Yeah. Renovations are really hard. And I mean, I get it. It's hard like fixing a already there house.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
And my mum's like, we got to have the wardrobe with this many shelves and this high and all my handbags on display. And
That
like
sounds
your
like
wardrobe
me.
is going to be worth like 30 grand.
Yeah. Literally.
She's nuts.
Oh my God.
I'll have to show you when it's done.
Yes, please do. I love renovations and stuff like that. I will. Yeah,
It
I'll
looks
show
so
you.
good.
I'll put it on Double Dose Story for our listeners to see.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. What have you been up to? What's going on?
I've just been training and just keeping very chill. But I think we've talked about this before. When I was younger, I used to only train upper body. Like I hated training legs.
I don't think I knew that.
I hated doing legs and glutes. Now it's flipped.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is grow my legs and my bum.
Me.
But I will wake up in the morning and just drop weight.
What do you mean?
Like I cannot eat enough food for me to put on weight.
Really?
It's so hard.
That's so weird.
I've been the same weight for like 9 months.
Yeah. And now it's just coming off.
I'll eat whatever
Are you going
I
to the
want.
gym? Is the same amount that you
Yep.
were?
Yep, less actually.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe it's muscle loss.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But like I don't track anymore. I don't care. Like give me a whole block of chocolate, whatever, 400 calories on my day and just nothing will budge.
That's weird.
And I'm just like, is this a sign from the universe that I need to just stop?
Are you
until
stressed?
after surgery? No.
Weird. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like because I'll go for a walk and then go to the gym. I have cut down on the gym because I didn't want to lose too much weight. But I feel like I need to literally eat 3,000 calories.
Wow. Well, I mean, if that's what you think your body needs.
Because I reckon my maintenance is like 2,600.
Yeah, I think mine's about the same.
We're both tall.
Yeah, I think
and I have a lot of muscle already.
Yeah.
And I'm like 3,000 calories is just not happening.
No.
Especially being a vegan. I can't just go to KFC and McDonald's.
Oh my God, imagine as well like your fiber intake trying to eat 3,000 calories. I feel like because when I was vegan, I remember I used to eat so much fiber.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, sometimes I just wish I could go and get like, what are those boxes you get from KFC?
Oh,
and would easily be.
What are they called?
Oh, something like that, like easy 2,000 calories and be like, okay.
Easiest 2,000 calories ever.
But there's nothing that I can get like that.
I'm trying to think of something.
And then when I travel and I eat worse, I'm walking more. So I'm just like stuck at this weight for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I think also when you travel, like I think you'll find in Europe and stuff, like I always lose weight when I would travel.
And I got food poisoning the last time I was overseas or in London.
Yeah, okay.
I saw the photo the other day of the food that made me sick.
Yeah,
and I
did it.
had PTSD.
Yuck.
It was so gross.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Because you walk so much. Or I do anyway.
Yeah, but it just counteracts it.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't. I do eat more, and like especially when I went to Europe, I was eating a lot of like pasta, bread, whatever, carbs, and I came back and I'd lost like 2 kilos, and I think it's because, you just walk a lot and you're doing a lot. I don't know.
When I was gone at the start of this year for 10 days, I came back 3 kilos lighter.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's crazy. And the thing is, like, if I'm sure you're the same, if I tried to lose that at home, it would take me like months.
Yeah. But you just go to Paris for one day and you've done 24,000 steps.
Yes. Exactly. It's a good way to lose weight, guys.
Anyways, I'm not complaining. It's not a bad problem.
Way to lose weight.
Yeah. It's not a bad problem to have that I can't put on weight, but that's my frustration
I feel
of
like
the week.
Just eat the
My
3,000
glutes
calories.
are not growing.
Oh, that sucks. That's the downside.
No, it's okay. We'll get there. Okay, guys, we're going to get into the sealed section. Just a little disclaimer and trigger warning. We are going to be speaking about mental health. So if this is something that triggers you, just skip forward this little section. We do have a very exciting guest coming up too, so you can just skip this little bit.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about anxiety and depression, mental health as a whole.
Yeah. And I guess like our experiences with it, and like we're not here to give you advice on anything like that, but I suppose things that we've done to help us get out of those like depressive holes that we fell in before. Because I know it is very common and it's very taboo also to talk about. So I want everyone out there to know that it's okay if you're suffering from these things. A lot of people do. It's completely normal.
Just trying to think of the timeline of when I first, I guess, was really bad in quotations. I got put on antidepressants. I was probably about 20.
Yeah.
So 6 years ago now.
Okay, yeah.
And I was on and off them for a little while. I think I was probably on consistently for maybe 8 months, which is not a long time. And I was on 10 milligrams of Lexapro which is just this pretty standard antidepressant and not a high dose or anything. But I remember coming off it vividly. I was in a lecture at uni and I was having massive head spins.
Really?
Like my body was fully withdrawing.
Wow.
And I was on the smallest dose of antidepressant you can get in Australia.
That's crazy. I've not heard of that happening before.
I was so sick.
Why?
So nauseous, just like...
do you think your body just got used to it and then you just stopped it cold turkey?
I think it's just like taking any kind of medication. Your body gets used to it and then when you come off, everything sort of tries to readjust.
Yeah.
So that's my one big takeaway. And I look back and I'm like, most of my depression was about boys and anxious attachment and the world's ending and all of this stuff. And just being so sad and then feeling like the only option was to medicate.
Yeah.
Which didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
8 months where I actually felt worse.
Yeah. That's a good point to make, actually. I think a lot of the times, I mean, everyone's different. So for some people, medication is the only option. But I also think it's really important to explore medications. Obviously, like that's my first tip, is to go to the doctor. If you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, and you can't get out of it, go see a doctor, get them to refer you to a psychiatrist because they'll be able to talk to you and I guess like give you the right medication. And if that medication doesn't work, they can give you another type of medication. But yeah, I think like I was put on Zoloft when I
think I've heard of it.
It's a pretty common one. I'm not sure what the dosage was. I was very young. I was like 15 and it did not work for me. I gained a ton of weight, which made me more depressed. I had mood swings. It was like, it ruined my life. It was not for me. I went off it. And then when I was like, I think I was 17, I was depressed again and I like couldn't fix myself. So I went to a psychiatrist, which was like the best thing I could have done. He was amazing. And he put me on a medication called Valdoxin, which is a mood stabilizing medication and an anti-anxiety medication. So it's less hectic. And it actually helps with your circadian rhythm as well. So I sleep a lot better.
Yeah.
But I've been on that ever since, and it has been amazing. It's such.
Were you on the pill at the time you were on antidepressants when you were that young? So I'm just trying to think. I'm pretty sure I was.
Yeah.
And for all I know, it could have been an awful mixture of the two, and
maybe
that's what was going wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm a big believer in, I think when you are in that space, especially when you feel like you can't talk to anyone, write everything down.
Yeah.
Because when if I've got a thought in my head that's going crazy and I'm convincing myself that something's true and it's not, and I write it down, I'll most of the time look at it and be like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah. That's actually a good point.
Like,
yeah, because when you think
I'm even thinking that.
Yeah, that's actually that's a good point. I've never done that before.
And then my other top tips that got me through the worst stages of depression was the journaling. I got sun every single morning. I would sit out in the sun for like an hour. Yeah. This was like in lockdown as well. I went through this. I was like, as soon as I started feeling myself get a bit depressed, this is what I did. And I'm also a big believer in that there's so much good energy in fruit and vegetables. And if you eat happy foods, you're going to feel happier.
Okay. Yeah, I think diet's very important when it comes to depression, anxiety, mental health in general.
Because if you look at, this is going to sound so cheesy, but you look at things in nature, like a rainbow, it's appealing and it makes you happy and you're drawn to it. It's just like walking through the fruit section in a supermarket.
Yes, you feel so, I agree.
And it's why companies who make processed food and fast food companies, their logos are all bright colors because it's trying to trick our brains into that food's going to make us happy when it doesn't.
True. Yeah, it makes you feel like shit.
It's all a hoax.
Yeah, it's all a hoax. Funny that you mentioned that about the sun though, because when I was 15 and I was depressed for the first time, I had a vitamin D deficiency. I was living in Melbourne. It was winter at the time. And yeah, that was one of the things that I got told to do was like get out in the sun more. I also got put on vitamin D supplements or whatever. And that did make a huge difference. I think it's really hard though to like when I was depressed, especially the younger times I was depressed, like 15, 17, whatever, I really struggled to get myself out of that hole. Like I was almost like agoraphobic, I think that's the word. Is it when you're like scared to go outside? Just maybe check that, Caleb. Anyway, I had that where I was like literally scared, not scared to go outside, but I was just so anxious that I didn't want to leave my house. And when I was like 15, I just like would miss so much school because I was like so anxious to like do anything. And because I was so young and hadn't had much life experience, I didn't know how to get out of that anxiousness. Yeah. But as I've gotten older and I've like overcome it more times, like now whenever I can feel myself slipping into either anxiety or depression, I always either change my diet. These are the three things to do. Change my diet, eat really, really healthy, you know, lots of veggies, lots of fruit. I go to the farmer's market on a Saturday morning. I do things that make me feel really wholesome and just like are going to make me feel good about myself. I go to the gym more. Yeah. Sometimes it can be really hard for me to go to the gym when I'm having these anxious episodes because sometimes being around people makes me anxious when I'm like in those modes.
I think that would be what deters a lot of people. They want to, you know, they know they have to move their body, but they're like, where do I go? Because I don't want to go to the gym.
And I think getting yourself over that hump is really scary is the best way to describe it. But like when you do it, you just feel so proud of yourself. Yeah. And that is such a good feeling that you keep doing it. Yeah. And then, the other thing is, getting sun and just being outside in nature, going for walks on the beach or, you know, hanging out with friends or whatever it might be, those are like the best things that I find help me.
With the gym as well and people who do get too anxious to go, the best thing that I did was I worked for an activewear company. So I had a yoga mat from work and that's pretty much what got me through lockdown. I did have a PT at the time who would send me sessions too. But find an ebook, find a YouTube video, find something. If you cannot go to the gym because you're worried about people, still put on a cute outfit, just put your mat down in the living room, just do something. Yeah. Be like, this 30 minutes, I'm going to move my body.
That's really, that's good advice. Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no one watching.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Symptoms of anxiety in situations where the person perceives their environment to be unsafe with no easy way to escape.
Yeah, that's like literally what I felt. I was like, anytime I was outside of my house, like whether it be the supermarket, if there was, or like school or wherever, my anxiety was like panic attack vibes, like always. It was so bad.
I definitely get that sometimes. You know when my anxiety is worse? This is so crazy. If I have my AirPods on, noise cancelling for too long, when I'm going for a walk,
Really?
I'll get so anxious.
Is it because you're like alone in your head or something?
But I'll literally have to take them off, and obviously I live right near the water and be like, okay, listen to the ocean, listen to the trees, like everything is okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow.
It trips me out.
That's crazy.
But noise cancelling is not my friend.
No. It's funny though, because I feel like that would be my friend. Like I need it.
It makes me worse. It's like I forget what's going on around me.
You're like off with the fairies or something.
And I'm like, okay, there's been hundreds of people walking behind me this whole time.
Oh my God.
Do you have anything you want to say about finding the right like psych?
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Because I went to a few and it's not happening.
Yeah. Oh, well, actually that's, a good point. Because I like throughout my life, ever since I was probably 10, I saw a lot of psychologists and I probably saw 5 psychologists and none of them could stick because I just hated all of them. I thought so fucked that I'm about to say this. I thought I was smarter than all of them. I felt like
I had that.
I knew more than they did. And I thought that I just felt like they were stupid and they didn't get it. Like that's just me being honest about them. And then I just always felt that, and I'd given up on ever finding a psych or anything. And then my friend actually was seeing this psychiatrist and she told me about him, and it was a guy, which I didn't think would work for me, but it ended up being the best thing because he sort of thought more logically than some of the other psychs I'd seen did. I found it really hard to relate to all these emotional psychs because I'm not that emotional person. I'm a very logical thinker. Yeah. And I found, but I mean, it does take a while to experiment. I think just because you see a psych and it doesn't work out the first time doesn't mean you just give up. You got to keep trying till you find the right one, because I think having someone to talk to who's not a part of your, your family or your friendship circle is really important, because they're not going to judge you and you can like talk about whatever you need to without that fear of judgment.
Yeah. I had for me, it was a bad experience. Might work for other people, but did not work for me. When I first started experiencing anxiety, I went to this lady only once, and she basically said to me that the only method I could use to stop my anxiety was the tapping method. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't.
You tap certain areas of your face and it's meant to make you more present.
I feel like that would drive me crazy.
And I was just like, but I worked in a customer-based
what are you
environment.
Do this in front of customers?
I can't just stop in the middle of the store and just like start tapping my face. And she just would not have it any other way.
That's so weird.
She was like, that's the solution to anxiety.
Was she a psychologist?
I was like,
when was this? What year?
Oh.
Is there?
I was maybe like 2021.
Okay.
But I was just like, it's not realistic for my life.
No, exactly.
Like my problems are work and a partner.
Yeah.
And I'm not just going to stop in the middle of like public and start tapping.
Yeah, like
I understand that it can help you be present. And I feel like it's like when you're in a massage and you have that touch, you're only thinking about that.
Yeah.
And also if you're meditating, feel your feet on the floor, your bum on the ground, whatever it is. I know that that's what it's like alluding to, but it was just not working for me, and she just didn't want to have a bar of it.
That's crazy. I think that's bad because like obviously the same technique's not going to work for everyone. I've been taught techniques and been like, that's not for me. So like that's silly. They should offer other options.
She was a nightmare.
Yeah. Did you ever go back to one after that?
Recommended by a friend in Sydney actually, and she was really good. I saw her quite a few times before I moved away.
Yeah, okay. Well,
and
that's
then
good.
obviously left. I feel like she knew that relationship I was in was not the one. And then I remember the day that I moved and broke up with him, I actually texted her and she was so happy.
Oh, that's so cute.
So funny.
My psychologist that I had, my most recent psychologist, she has been really, really good, but I haven't seen her in a while just because I've been busy. She used this technique on me. It was really amazing. Because I have a lot of like self-esteem issues, and I feel like a lot of it comes from like my inner child being hurt when I was younger. So she did this exercise with me where I closed my eyes and I envisioned this one particular moment that happened with me when I was 8, and I had to pretend like me now was there with little 8-year-old Annie who was crying on the stairs over this thing that happened, and I had to sit there and comfort her and be like, I'm so proud of you, I'm so like, you're amazing, you're so beautiful, and like say all these really nice things. you crying right now?
No.
Oh, I thought you were crying.
No.
But yeah, and just say all these really sweet things to her, and it really, really helped. And now whenever I'm mean to myself, I picture me saying it to 8-year-old me,
Yeah.
and I stop because I'm like, I don't want to hurt her.
Yeah.
And
That's like Anna Paul on TikTok.
Yes.
She's always like, treat yourself like a baby.
Yes.
Look after your baby.
You're like your inner child. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
That was a really helpful technique. I ended up I was like bawling my eyes out when I woke up. Like not woke up, when I opened my eyes. Yeah. Very powerful.
I think that's good advice too. Is to maybe not so much if you're going through depression, anxiety. It doesn't have to be think about your child self, but like look after yourself how you would look after somebody else who you loved in that situation.
Because how many times like a friend will come to us and say, I'm having so much anxiety or I'm dealing with this, and we like drop everything to be there for them and give them advice and stuff like that. But then when it's ourselves, we like don't do that same thing. It's like we should treat ourselves like we would our friends. If anyone is struggling with anxiety or depression or mental health out there, we're going to put a number in the show notes to contact. So make sure you do that because you've got to take care of your mental health. Okay, guys, we have a very special guest joining us today. She is an OnlyFans creator who earns 6 figures a month and is currently traveling the world with her boyfriend, Sharna Beckman. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
We're so excited.
Very excited to have you. So you are an OnlyFans creator. How long have you been doing OnlyFans and what made you decide to join?
So I started in January 2021. I think that's around where everyone kind of started, where COVID went on. I was actually doing dental assisting, and I was dental assisting for about 5 years before that. And I was only earning like $700 to $800. So then when I first started and my first week, I made $7,000 from just nude pictures.
No way.
Well. Yeah. And I swear it was like mostly because.
Is that per week? Sorry. Like when you said 800 or whatever at the old job.
So I was earning $700 to $800 per week, full time, working like ridiculous hours, dealing with cranky old dentists. So why I started it, I think I just noticed like a lot of girls doing it and seeing how much they were making. And I was a bit of a micro influencer at the time. And I was like, well, I've got the socials. I think I'm going to be able to get, fans. I did not know what the hell I was doing. I kind of just like made an account and then started just posting photos and whatnot. And then it just kind of like blew up straight away. As I said, earned $7,000 in the first week. And it was just after like a toxic relationship and stuff like that. So I was just like,
perfect
had
time.
that bucket energy.
Yeah.
And I had like a lot of friends like tell me, I think that you'll go good on it. And I knew that I would in a way as well.
Yeah.
I just knew that I could do it.
Yeah.
But that's how it all started.
So how long after you started did you quit your dentist assistant job?
Well, I actually stayed in dental assisting for a year because I was a little bit like skeptical of how long it would kind of last. And I was just like having my fun with the money. I wasn't like smart with the money side of things. I was just kind of spending it, just having fun. So it was like a whole year until I actually quit because those numbers didn't last the whole year as well. It kind of like went up and down a bit. And then I was just like took it more seriously after a year, and that's when I started traveling full time with my partner.
Yeah, okay, nice. So how did your parents first respond, or your mum first respond when you first told her about doing OF?
Mum was quite a big supporter of it. She always, was quite supportive of whatever I chose to do. She used to always just be like to me, I don't know where you get this drive from because we come from like pretty much, like nothing. Like she still lives in housing commission and stuff like that. I grew up in quite a rough family, and she's just always been quite supportive of it. So I haven't had that negative impact on that kind of thing.
That's so nice.
Yeah, she's more like a sister with me as well. She had me at 16, so so there's only like 16 years apart from us.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so good. Have you had anything else negative come from OnlyFans?
Well, yeah, this is something that I've only been open to talking about recently, was my cousin subscribing to my OnlyFans account.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because as you were kind of saying that you felt like embarrassed.
It's like victim blaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I did just come out with this, some of the comments were like, well, you shouldn't be posting that kind of stuff. And I'm like, wait, why am I being like I'm the victim here. Like, it happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes you like second guess.
Yeah.
Like, is it actually my fault?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I just like shut off from it altogether.
Yeah.
Because I was embarrassed. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even tell my friends. I didn't tell my family.
What is the story behind that, just for the listeners?
Yeah. So I found out about 3 months after he had subscribed to my OnlyFans account, because I was getting like a lot of subscribers, so you don't really notice who's subscribing. And then one day I noticed his name and I was like, surely that's not him. And then I looked in the inbox and noticed that there was messages that he had purchased. So he had purchased about like 3 messages. This was masturbation, solo videos. And then I messaged him on Facebook and I was like, please tell me this is not you. He opened my message, did not reply. And then I'm just like sitting there like shaking, going like, what the hell? Like, what do I say? And then, he didn't reply. So I sent him another message and I was like, you at least owe me like an explanation. He took a while to reply. He's obviously, trying to come up with somewhat of an excuse. And he told me that it was his mate that was using his account to subscribe to my account.
Why on earth would he ever have his own name?
Yeah,
that's another thing.
anonymous.
That's another thing that I was so confused about. I was like, wait, why are you using your name when you can literally put any name that you want to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be anonymous.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Do you think he didn't know that, or do you think he did it on purpose?
That's what I still just don't know to this day. Kind of like after I just called bullshit straight away after he said that. I was like, he made up the excuse that it was his mate, that he was married and, didn't want to get caught out and stuff like that. I just had
use a
so
random
many
name.
Yeah, I just said, well, don't subscribe at all.
Yeah.
But so like after that, I ended up just like blocking him off everything and tried to kind of forget that it even happened. And then I ended up just being like, no, this deserves to be talked about because this actually happens to people. Like, and it shouldn't happen. No. Like, we shouldn't have to worry about our family subscribing to our OnlyFans accounts and seeing those type of things. Like, if we wanted to, we'd be posting it on Pornhub. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What I always say when people still give me hate about it, and like, oh, it's your fault that you posted it. So of course your stepdad's going to subscribe. I'm like, okay, well, if I was a physiotherapist and he had a sore lower back, he's not going to come to me to get a massage because it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
So like he knew that there was a line and that's why he had a fake name. He was just dumb enough to use the same name on TikTok and then get figured out.
Oh, so is that how you found out that it was your stepdad?
Yeah, he made a TikTok. This was like when I first made TikTok. So I didn't have many followers and he viewed my profile with the same username as OnlyFans and it came up and it was like, from your contacts.
Oh my God.
And it just went from there.
And you got your detective hat on.
Yeah. Oh, I sat there for like hours.
So how long was your mum and stepdad together for?
Since I was in year 5.
Whoa. So like that's years. Proper stepdad.
Yeah. So they were together for 13 years, married for 10. They had just had their 10-year wedding anniversary.
That is so crazy. It's just so weird. Like, I don't even.
There's so much content out there.
I know.
But then I don't know. People always say, "Oh, there's stepdad fantasies and probably cousin fantasies." Like, of course they're gonna buy it. I'm just like,
no.
It's
we're never gonna win.
Yeah, exactly.
Win the hate ever.
Speaking of which, how do you handle the hate that you receive on social media?
Well, I try not to read the comments as much as I can. But sometimes I do just like scroll through, and because some people become so creative, I'm like, I kind of just like laugh at them, try laugh it off. I find it pretty interesting. I just don't get, you know, what goes through their head to comment on some random's post that they don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg of what I actually am like on social media.
Yeah.
We put a different personality on social media. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's so crazy. I've just like never thought about going on someone's profile and commenting hate. Like,
I know, I could never.
I've got other things to do.
I love the ones when it's like a nice Sunday morning and someone's hating. I'm like, what? How did you wake up this morning and go, this is what I'm going to do? Like,
exactly.
It just doesn't
Get
make
out of the
sense.
house.
Yeah, get a life.
That's the best one that I say back to them. Like, maybe you should go for a walk today.
Yeah. Clear
help
those
you.
demons.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
When you first decided you wanted to do OnlyFans, how did your partner react?
Well, I actually was doing OnlyFans like maybe 3 to 4 months before Ricky and I got together, my partner. So I was just doing solo stuff, and I knew of him before. We both knew each other before we actually got together. We're friends of friends. And I was like the talk of the town. Like, Central Coast is quite a small place. Everyone knows everyone. And yeah, we ended up like, when we hooked up that night, we like talked about it, and I was like, well, yeah, if this is going to be a thing, that you need to be okay with this. And anyway, when we started becoming more serious, he was the one that was like, we should jump on this together. Like, let's do it together. And I was like, okay. Like, it's about to hit another like level of, yeah.
That's so
many more opportunities.
Yeah.
Did you lose any friends or family when you started out in the industry?
Well, not really. A lot of my friends were quite supportive. It was only after the whole kind of cousin thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't tell anyone until like a year late. Well, it came out in public that happened, and then that's when my uncle like contacted my mum and was like, do you know that this is like happening? And then she ended up contacting me, and it was just like a whole family drama thing that went on.
Mm-hmm.
And they were basically calling me a liar. My mum believed me, but yeah, he called me a liar and stuff like that. And
oh my God.
Yeah. I was like, I literally have the screenshots to prove it if you want them. But I was made out to be the liar.
So do you just not talk to them anymore?
Yeah, let's just say I don't go to the family gatherings anymore.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not.
It's just so weird. Like, just bringing it up again, like, it's just so weird. Like, we were, I wouldn't say close, but like as kids, like, hung out. He's 36, so not close in age, but yeah, it's just so strange.
Yeah.
And he has a partner.
I was going to ask
he has a partner.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a double-edged sword.
God, imagine her when the articles and stuff were coming out.
I know.
Yeah. Oh,
goodness. That would have been worse drama than what you went through.
I know.
Ouch.
So if you weren't doing OnlyFans, what do you think you'd be doing?
I kind of knew that I would always be in somewhat of business. I hated like being in a corporate business and just being counted as like a number.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that I would be in some type of owning a business, and which that's something that I'm starting to create as well behind everything as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely owning a business, maybe creating some type of brand or something like that. Yeah.
Cool. Love it. I feel like I'm the same.
Yeah.
I feel like anyone that does OnlyFans has that business minded.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, business and creativity.
Yeah.
Just have to have something going to
keep
your brain going.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think that OnlyFans has affected your self-esteem and how you view yourself?
I wouldn't say OnlyFans itself. It's more the social media side of things. That's where I get more of the hate side of things.
Yeah.
And your self-esteem is like so up and down with other models and that kind of stuff. With OnlyFans itself, I'm getting compliments like left, right and center. It's like realistically the odd kind of comment that I do get. But yeah, you get comments of like things that you usually criticize yourself about. So I feel like with OnlyFans, I've definitely gained more confidence in my body for sure.
Yeah, I feel like it is so interesting because you log on one platform like Instagram and then you feel really shit about yourself, and then you log on OnlyFans and you feel really good about yourself because everyone's telling you look so hot and so amazing.
I know, like I was on live, I think it was yesterday, and someone complimented me about my teeth. They were like, do you have veneers? And I was like, no, this is my like natural teeth. And they were like, you have such a beautiful smile. I was like, stop, you guys, you're just so sweet. I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah. Lives are the best when they give you simply like, I'm going to come back tomorrow. Let's do it again.
I feel like that I stopped for a bit doing lives because they can be quite draining. You're on there for like a couple hours plus, and you can like, it definitely deflates your
like your social
energy. So I took a break for a bit, but I try and jump on there every now and then. You get to show like who you are more of a person and stuff like that. Yeah.
I love them.
Do you have any history of toxic friendships or relationships? And if so, how have you dealt with them?
Yeah, I've definitely had my fair share of toxic relationships. I feel like every relationship before my current partner was toxic. I was also like a toxic person. We just kind of fed off each other in every relationship that I had. How I dealt with it is probably not the right way. Like I turned to alcohol and partying and just went down that whole loop of, destroying myself, I guess, in a way. So definitely don't go down that track. But I think if I could tell myself, my past self, I would say take time for yourself. Let yourself heal. I don't know, go travel somewhere, like really just heal inside yourself and just.
I have a question that we weren't going to ask, but how did you find changing from your past relationships to your current relationships? Did you find it difficult?
100%. I used to like pick fights with Ricky, my partner. Okay. Like I would pick fights at random things, and you know, I was used to like someone going through my phone, me going through their phone, finding something that I didn't like, and it was just so different. And it was hard, like definitely at the start, but then I realized how a real relationship is, how a healthy relationship it should be. And it was definitely difficult at the start, but yeah, I definitely have realized what it's like to be in a good, healthy relationship. And I'm still learning. Like we've been together for 3 years now, and I'm still learning what it's like, how to communicate and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I feel like that's just life, you know.
Yeah, you always learn. And when you're young, you are like more toxic.
100%.
Like,
What's the biggest lesson that you've learned in life?
That's a big one. It's a loaded question.
I mean, there's so many. I think not turning to alcohol and partying when I'm going through something, because when you go out of that, like you come through that, you realize how much harder it is to deal with. And I wish, like, I'm glad now that like if something was to happen, I do just give myself that time to heal and give myself time.
It sort of just numbs it at the time.
It does.
100%.
But then it makes it so much worse when you have to actually deal with it, because then you're feeling anxious from drinking and you're like coming down, and then you're feeling even more shit about it. It's like it doesn't help.
Well, I struggle pretty hectic with anxiety, and that was something that I would always do, is just like I would go drinking and partying every single weekend, even throughout the week sometimes, just to minimize that head noise. But then sometimes it would make it 10 times worse, like after.
Do you have any regrets in life?
I wouldn't say regrets, because I wouldn't be who I am or where I am if I didn't go through all the stuff that I have. For sure. I wish I learnt sooner though how to deal with things rather than turning to like partying and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's a good answer.
What advice would you give to anyone wanting to start OnlyFans?
I would say make sure you really think about what you're about to get yourself into, because realistically these videos and whatever you post of yourself are always going to be on the internet, no matter what company you pay to take it off or whatnot. You know, someone's probably got that screenshotted or screen recorded. You just got to be okay with knowing that that's probably going to be there forever for your future kids or your family to see. So definitely have to really think about what you're posting and being okay with it.
That comes with it.
Exactly.
I guess off the back of that, is OnlyFans something that you'd recommend to someone?
I think it all depends on the person. I think now it's a lot harder to earn the money that we kind of do. Like, it's taken us years to get to where we are. You can't just expect to sign up and earn 20K off the bat. Do you know what I mean?
Which is what happens, because people see, like, I have girls in my DMs all the time seeing someone so successful and they're like, how do I get to this? And I'm like, it doesn't just happen.
Exactly. It's taken years.
The reason someone would come to like your Instagram or Annie's Instagram, you guys just have that social media backing already. You have all the content, like someone is coming to an established creator. I've got a girl who is trying to start up, and every time I look at her Instagram, she's deleted all her posts and changed her mind, and the next week she's back on it, and I'm like,
you've got to be just straight into it.
100% committed.
And have a thick skin.
Exactly. You've got to expect those hateful comments and stuff like that. It's going to happen.
For sure.
What do you think the biggest misconception about sex workers is?
That it's not a real job. Like, people just think that it's a business that we run. You know, there's marketing, there's just so much that goes into it that people don't see. They think that we just post like a cute little pic and that's how we get our money. But there's a lot that goes into it and like, we pay our taxes. I remember someone like saying to me like, you don't put into society and stuff like that. But I'm like, I pay a shitload of taxes.
Like way more than you, buddy.
I'm paying for your freaking Centrelink payment. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like people just, if they could see the behind the scenes of like what we do in a day or a week, they would just be shocked, because we don't get a day off. We work all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly. As soon as I wake up, I'm straight onto my phone, replying to messages. You know, I've got a personal assistant as well that I have that's from the States. So like, we have our different time, what's it called? Like time
zone.
Yeah, time zone. Yeah. So I'm pretty much on, like, I'm working from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to bed.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our last question that we ask all our guests: what is the craziest request you've ever received on your OnlyFans?
I mean, what do you say is crazy these days? Like, probably I had someone ask me to shit on the floor and video it. And then after, like, put on these undies and wear it for the rest of the day. I couldn't wipe. I mean, I didn't actually do this. Just to take note, I did not do this. But yeah, like, wear my undies after and then just like stay in them all day and then send off like the skitty undies.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't.
Neither.
We get a lot of shitty things.
I just don't get it.
I don't get the poo ones.
The poo one. Yeah.
But like the feet and stuff like that, like that's something that's actually quite normalized in somewhat way.
Yeah.
Like, I experienced that at 16. I remember I was friends with this guy, and I broke my phone and he offered to buy me a new one or something. And then he's like, but you have to send me pictures of your feet. I was 16. I was like, fuck off.
That's so weird.
I know. I was only 16. Like,
That's
I was
wild.
like, I thought it was so weird. And then he would call me on a blocked number and like whisper in, feet.
Stop. What?
Someone you were friends with too.
I was full like best friends with this guy.
I would almost rather it be a random person than someone.
100%.
Yeah, like, did not know this whole time that he was like this.
Oh
And
my God.
you know, every time that we were hanging out or whatnot, he could have been like staring at my feet.
Do you reckon he subscribes?
Probably.
Yeah.
He's the one with all the feet requests.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
so
as long as
good.
it's paying, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
That's okay.
Would you like to tell listeners your Instagram handle so they can follow
Sure. It's at Sharna Beckman, and basically you can find all my other links there.
you? Amazing. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, this next segment we're going to call Unhinged. And we are going to be going through some of the messages that Annie has gotten on Hinge.
So these are like, you know, when someone has liked you,
Yeah.
they're like the opening messages that they send me. It's like they're one-liners,
Yeah.
basically.
But you can still X after
I can
this,
X.
right?
Yeah, I haven't matched with them yet at this
okay.
point.
This is basically what they're putting forward for you to press that tick.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
You start.
Before we start, sorry, just something that's bothering me so
What?
much is these screenshots is that your battery percentage is
So low. And I
basically dead.
the funny thing is I never let my
I didn't
battery
think you were that kind of
percentage-
person.
No, we would never get that low, and I don't know why it's so low. I did notice that as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm loving?
What?
That we've got the bedtime mode is turned on.
It's
Yeah.
8
And
o'clock.
it's 8 p.m. and this is your time. You've gone, yep, bedtime
It
mode's
is
on. Let's
bedtime.
go. Let's
my
go on
bedtime.
Hinge.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Okay, you start, Taylor.
Okay. The first, should I say the name?
Yeah, say the name.
Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, no one's gonna know.
Okay, this first guy, his name is Fraser, and he has just said, "What day are you up to?" Exclamation point, exclamation point.
And I guess this is referring to, you know, my stories and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All the crazy stories.
It's a bit icky for me.
It's so icky, and I get so many people saying things like this. Or can I be number 501? Or like,
What day are you up to? What does that even mean? What's it referring to?
referring to like the news articles where it's like woman sleeps with 600 people in 300 days or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And where I said I was up to like number 500, and they're like, oh, can we be number
Right.
501?
Yep. Gotcha. Yeah, that's no good.
No.
I
He's
like.
kind of got a cute smile though.
He's not bad looking.
Yeah, he's ruined
alright.
it for himself.
The
though.
teapots. That's.
He's obviously got it as a gift, I'm assuming. And someone's
Yeah.
taking a photo of him. His abs look good. He's got a good smile.
But he just had to ruin it.
He's got like a really short, stocky thumb there.
Does he?
Oh, he's short. You can tell he's
Yeah,
like
it does
160.
look
I think
specifically 160.
good on him for he knows who you are, obviously, and
Mhm.
he's making that aware. But I would just go on your Instagram and see what you've been up to today and be like, oh, how are the markets today?
Yeah, like do something else. Don't
Yeah.
say that. Like turns me off. I was
Even
instant no.
specifics, isn't that weird? Like if someone's stalking you and then asks you a question.
Yeah, I think that would freak me out too, to be
I
honest.
don't.
But I think just saying, "Hey, how are you?" would suffice.
Yeah?
That's true.
Would you not just go, oh, it's boring then?
No,
There you go.
how else are you meant to open? Or like respond
That's
to one
what
of
my
my prompts that
Okay,
I've
yeah,
got.
yeah.
That-
Yeah,
I've got some
yeah.
really funny prompts that you could respond to
That's
and make a
better.
joke.
Hmm.
Anyway, the next one I thought was funny. This is I don't want to say this guy's name.
Yeah, say the name.
No, because I know him.
And I know who this is.
You know who he is?
It's from, we'll bleep this part
Well,
out.
yeah.
But he's the guy from,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So-
that?
It's like
but like,
but a
Oh.
different
bad.
group. Do you
Wait,
not
not
like
as
them?
good.
They're
I
not
don't think they're very
They're
funny.
not as good. But I still laugh at
We're
some
going
of
to
the
bleep
stuff.
out so much.
I
I'm gonna
know.
look him up.
But yeah, anyway, I used to see him. We used to
you
like
used to date.
in 2020 in COVID, we
Right.
dated.
He's
And
a good looking guy.
he is, and he's tall, and he was really, really lovely. And we got along really well. But he sent me a message being like, "Hello, stranger." But
That's a good opening line.
yeah,
You know what's not doing it for me is the red eye edit on the photo.
I know
That's-
it's really obvious.
that's an immediate
that
no
he's
for
done
me.
that.
Like, just don't do it, or just choose
I
another
know.
photo.
No,
Why
he's so
did it have to be
nice.
that
I can't
photo?
even be mean to him. He's really nice.
To
It's such a
explain,
I
it's
can,
a
'cause he doesn't
flash
know me.
photo that he's then edited to get rid of the red
The
eye.
red eye,
So
yeah.
his pupils look
Aw,
like a demon almost.
He's just trying.
Our
But
types are so different.
yeah, but he's not necessarily my type. He's tall, dark haired, and I think he's handsome.
No, he's handsome.
So that is my type technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, he's really nice. And I just thought that was a nice little opener. He did nail that one.
Hmm.
But he does know me, so he had an
Yeah.
upper hand.
Okay, next one. This gave me a little bit of PTSD immediately, to be honest. But because I thought it was going to say what our comments normally say, but it doesn't.
No.
It went the other way.
Yeah, it
so
did.
it says, OF detected, opinion accepted, respected, and most certainly not objected. You just do you, Annie, and I'm sure I'll be a fan of yours for life.
It's just too much.
And he's also placing himself as a fan,
I know.
Yeah.
I
not
know.
as a potential suitor. So
Yeah, and that's the thing with me. Like, it sounds so bad, but like, I don't want a fanboy. I don't want someone who's like,
No, you don't want that.
you know, like, I just treat me like a person because I am a person.
That's
Okay,
funny.
next one. I'm starstruck. I'm starstruck. I see you on Instagram all the time. Can I be another number to your body count? I want to help you reach your goal. And his photo's him going like this, giving the muscle.
I wish we could put this photo.
I
I'm
know.
sorry, it's very,
We can't. Oh, I don't want to put it on the camera. Just put
it's
my
very
phone
funny.
down.
I would love to know what goes through people's heads when they choose certain photos. Like,
He's all about, this guy's all about achieving your goals though. He's pretty ripped,
he is pretty ripped.
but like,
yeah, but that is like show offy.
oh yeah. But then he wants
And
to
he's
help you reach your goal.
I know.
So he's goal oriented.
He's very goal orientated. Can't doubt that. But no, sorry. Anything about the body count or like that just freaks me out. Oh, here you go, Taylor. Perfect.
Oh yeah, I've already sussed this one out. Thankfully, just to preface, this photo has 3 gentlemen in it. They're all
Yes.
from Newcastle.
Right.
2 of them look familiar, but I don't know
Oh.
any of them.
Okay.
But Newcastle's so small, everyone
Mhm.
knows everyone. I'm here for a week from Newcastle. Know about you all too well. Let me wine and dine you.
I like the Taylor Swift reference. He didn't mean to do that, but I like it anyway.
Oh, did you reply to him?
What's
Did
No,
you?
I
reference?
didn't. He said all too well, and that's one of Taylor's songs.
Right.
But it was an accident, obviously. He didn't know about Taylor Swift.
Which one? I hate
which
the
one
group
is it?
photos. I hate group photos.
I accidentally grabbed Billy's tail, and I didn't know what it was for a second, and it freaked me out because it's like a little rat. Anyway,
It's
sorry.
okay.
What did you say?
Yeah, which one
Which one is he?
I don't know. I
Oh.
just screenshotted the one photo. I immediately said no.
Do you respond? Have you responded to these guys at all?
I responded to bleep this out.
Okay.
And then that was it.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, everybody else.
What, to not hearing the name? I know. I feel bad keeping secrets, but
To be fair, I don't think
like-
we've said anyone else's name except for the first guy.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, just pick a photo of just you.
Yeah, just a photo of you that's very simple. To be fair, I liked Fraser's photo.
I like Trent's photo.
who's-
Sorry.
You can say the name. Who's Trent?
Yeah,
guy
Fraser's
before.
photos.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't like Trent. Why would you like Trent's photo? He's showing his
I wish we could
muscles.
show his photo.
I know.
No, but you see with guys, I think girls do it too.
What?
When they have a nice photo, they want to use it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if they're in a group scenario. If there's
But
2 or
it
3 or 4.
does.
No, but for them, they're just like, I look good in this
But
photo.
how do we know who you are?
That's
Sometimes even when you swipe, all the other photos are with the same friends. And then you're like, I
Yeah.
don't know who you are. Like, you got to be strategic about it.
that was Cal.
Yeah, that was
Thanks,
Cal.
Now we're up to Nick.
Nick says, I know you. What are you up to? You should come for a swim. Where? What time? Like, what are you talking about?
And also, which one are you in the
who
photo
are
of 4?
you? Okay, yes, I'm going to drop everything I'm doing right now. By the way, I don't check my hinge that often, so it probably was like 5 days ago. I'm going to be like,
Okay.
yeah, like, where are we going for a swim? And why a swim? What are you up to? Come for a swim where? What are you
Well,
in
the
the
pool in the background of the photo.
I doubt it.
Yeah, it looks like a boys trip.
Come meet mum and
Yeah,
dad
it does.
straight
4
away.
boys.
Yeah, come meet mum and dad. Have a swim at our pool.
There's 4 boys, but they all look very. No, I reckon it's a wedding based on this photo. They're very.
Yeah.
The ages are very.
No, I don't
up
know
and
about a
down.
wedding.
I don't know.
Anyway, you got to
Anyway.
know.
Okay. Nicholas has said, that best friend of yours looks so cute, but he's replied to a photo that's just of you.
Yes, so I'm like, is he talking about one of my friends in the photos? If so, that's very strange.
Yeah.
You're telling me that my friend is attractive,
But
Be
he's
mean to keep him
liked
keen.
you. He sent you a rose,
He
actually.
sent me a
not just a
rose,
like.
but he's saying that my friend is cute.
Maybe
funny.
he's just trying to get your attention.
I would also like to say that he looks like a koala, and he's holding a koala in his
Oh,
photo.
is that what it is? I've been sitting here looking at this photo trying to figure out what it
Is
was.
it
Oh, really?
Is it a fur
I
coat?
thought
Like Jon Snow vibes. That's so funny.
Oh.
He would not get a match from me.
No, he got a no. Sorry, Nicholas. Jay said, so I have a prompt that says, I'm weirdly attracted to dad bods. It is a bit of a joke, but I have dated guys who have dad bods before. And he said, is that because we are just so cuddly? But then the photo of him, he's clearly very skinny. So I don't know why he said that.
Yeah.
And he's obviously not like.
Which one is he? Do you know?
I think he's the one on the left.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they're both not.
No, they're both not dad bods.
No.
God. Okay, the next one. His name is Axel. He's verified. That's a good sign.
What's verified mean?
Just means like their identity has been verified. They're like legit.
Oh, same with
It's
Instagram.
actually him.
Yeah, kind of. It just means that like they're not scammers or people pretending to be.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes.
So he's replied to the dad bods prompt too, and he said, well, also doesn't have the right grammar. I'm not a dad, but I'm a fun uncle. Does that count?
Gave me the ick.
His photo gave me the ick.
The photo gave me the ick. The statement gave me the ick. I don't know.
The photo is like
I kind of like it.
He's trying hard
Caleb's
to be
so
like
nice.
I'm so cool, I'm so fun, but I'm trying too hard to be that.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
I get what you mean. I'm getting those vibes too. But he seems like a nice guy.
No, you know what? I'd have a good 5-minute conversation with him, and then that'd be it.
Yeah.
I like the outfit, to be fair.
No, that's what I mean.
No, he's dressed very swag.
I like the outfit.
Yeah.
The shirt's cool.
Well done, Axel. Ryan says, I can't with this photo. Anyway, hang on. What are the dimensions of that pool? Can't quite see. There's a girl in the way. I hate these things. I don't know why that annoys me so much. I'm like, stop trying to be like,
funny.
It's not funny, and you're trying to be funny, and it's not funny. And why are you sitting cross-legged in the pool?
Yeah,
you know what gives me the ick is thinking about this guy laying in his bed going, what am I going to say to her?
Yeah.
Oh, this is it.
I
This
know.
is the one that I'm going to say.
I think that the problem with these guys that I get on Hinge, they try too hard. What they don't realize is you don't need to come out with some flash, like really smart like thing to say. You can just say, how's it going? Or respond to one of my prompts, something just normal.
Well, to be fair, Axel, I think he said.
Axel was,
His response
We're a
was
bit
fine.
harsh. We're a bit
well,
harsh.
I'm not a dad, but I'm a fun uncle. Does that count?
You know what?
That's a good response.
I was too harsh.
It's
You're
just
right.
the pose. What he said is okay.
I think
it's the pose.
The text I read, but I saw the photo already. So that's,
Yeah.
But the text, he was good. He was good with that. But yeah, Ryan.
I really hope none of them ever hear this.
Oh,
I hope they do.
well, we're just giving nice feedback. We're not doing this to be mean.
No.
This is honestly just feedback feeding into, Annie's search for love and all of that because we're doing that at the moment. So this is a bit of feedback for you. I don't like showy guys. I just want a guy that's just normal.
Okay, so what's your ideal thing for someone to say to you?
Well, I like what I'm trying to think of some of my other prompts that I have. I think I've got something about like a margarita or tequila, something about tequila. Like the dad bod one is funny. I've put that in there for you to respond to.
Right.
To be funny.
Yeah, to be funny. Say something like actually funny. As you said, Axel did a pretty good job there.
I think he tried his best.
Yeah, something like that. Or, I used to have a prompt something about KFC. I can't remember what it was. And like people would respond to that and say like, oh, let's go get a what's it called? A zinger box or something.
Zinger box, yeah.
And I'm like, that's funny. It's just like a casual, like funny response.
Yeah.
It's not trying too hard.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
No, fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can, be mean and then not give an answer.
No, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's good.
Yeah, okay. So there you go.
Be funny, but don't try to be funny. So
Yes.
if you're not funny,
Just
not
swipe
it.
right, swipe left. Oh my god.
If you're thinking too hard about the response, you've already lost.
Yeah.
That's
Yes. Good tip. Good tip.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode.
Make sure to follow us on our socials. They are doubledose.thepodcast.
And we'll chat to you next week.
Bye.